several different types of flying kicks in Muso Kwan martial arts. There's flying jump front kick, there's flying roundhouse, flying side kick, flying split kicks, grasping kicks, punch kicks, and more. When you do a flying kick, you want to consider these four things. 1. The kick is executed when the body reaches the apex of the jump. 2. At the moment of impact, the back must be straight with few exceptions. 3. The non-kicking foot must not droop. And 4. Right after kicking, assume a good posture and balance. Flying kicks are either close distance flying kicks or far distance flying kicks. Let's look at the flying side kick, Twimyo Yupchugi, and the overhead kick, which is Twimo Nomo Chugi. The flying side kick and the overhead kick are similar in several ways. They both have the same foot position like a side kick. They both have the leg extended all the way up. Both jump pretty much the same way, and the tuck is the same with that bottom foot, that bottom leg. Now, the difference is, on the flying side kick, when we hit the board, we tuck and hit the board at the same time and get that energy to transfer into that kicking foot. On the overhead kick, it's made for farther distances, so we might be flying over something or through something. So when we run and jump, we tuck first, fly a little bit, and then kick. Here we see the student jumping up with his kicking knee, getting it up as high as possible. Note that when he kicks, his bottom foot will tuck at the same time that his foot goes out. Notice his back is straight, eyes are on the target, and the bottom leg isn't drooping. Now let's look at the jump and kick part of the flying side kick and overhead kick, and not really the run or the landing, which are very important. On the flying side kick, the first thing you want to do is to have that good run, of course, at your intended target. But then we're going to plant that foot, and here's where the jump comes in. That knee goes up as high as possible. Here you see Master Albrechtsen get his knee up as high as he can off the ground. Next, notice at the moment the kicker brings the bottom foot all the way up, he kicks at that same time on the flying side kick. Again, notice the back is straight, the eyes are on the target, and the bottom leg is up. You can practice this little exercise to help you with your flying kicks while you're in the air. Notice that the students are on their backs and are pretending they're running. Then they roll on their side and they're flying through the air, getting ready for this overhead kick. So they fly for a while, then snap the leg out and kick. So they're running on the back, then you jump and turn sideways and get into that tuck, that nice tuck ball, and then kick after. The overhead kick, Twimo Nomo Chugi, is the same as that flying side kick. But remember, the tuck comes first. To jump or go through obstacles, we've got to get that bottom foot in tuck so that we can fly for a while. So the tuck will be first, and then we'll snap and kick that target at the end. Here you see Mr. Kiki up in the air. Notice he is tucked well in advance before he actually makes his kick. Here's Mr. Stewart, and he's going to jump and do this overhead kick. Notice he tucks way before he actually kicks so he can clear his obstacle. And here's Master Albrechtsen. As he jumps over some students, notice he tucks and flies for a while, and this is the overhead kick. Now notice the similarities between the two kicks and the differences, but that working on the overhead kick, getting that tuck and really getting into that and believing in that, that's going to help your regular flying side kick. So if you can tuck that leg on the flying side kick at the same time you kick, but really tuck it, that's going to give you a lot of power in that flying side kick. And then when you do the overhead kick, you're set because you're used to tucking and you can fly as far as you need to.